Stafford, a market town and the county town of, surprise, surprise, Staffordshire, in the West Midlands of England. The town is thought to have been founded in 700 AD by Merthian Prince Berthelin, a legendary Anglo-Saxon saint. I'm telling you, we live in Lord of the Rings. Is this Middle-earth or what? It's been a significant place throughout history and contains several historic sites, including the High House built in 1595 and Stafford Castle, which has stood for over 900 years. I like to find a little out about the history of a place, as it gives us an idea of how many buskers, bards, troubadours may have passed through those streets throughout the ages. Notable musicians and bands from Stafford include the Climax Blues Band, interesting name, Medicine Head, Bizarre Inc, and Altern 8. Ever heard of any of them? No, me neither. I guess my research on this place isn't gonna tell us much, folk, but I think we all know that there's only one way to do these things properly. That's right, here is how I got on busking in Stafford. Welcome to Stafford. Now, I wasn't planning on coming to Stafford today. I was gonna go somewhere else, but the train was cancelled, so I just last minute decided I'd come here. I've only been here twice before, but again, it was back when I was playing in a band and I only really saw the inside of a venue. I certainly wasn't aware of this beautiful park. So nice, especially I've just been staying in Birmingham, which is like a concrete rainforest. To be in some actual greenery is really nice. Okay, this is a market town. I'm seeing like one long sort of high street town centre road that looks good for busking. Whilst I try and establish a spot, let's go through the rules. The rules for busking in Stafford. Stafford Borough Council do not licence busking. No permits needed here, my friends. As for guidelines or a code of conduct, there doesn't appear to be anything. Nothing. Nothing on the website, nothing on Google, our most trusted source, and no mention of it from any council officers whilst I was there. So, it's the usual discretion that is advised. And by now you should all know or be familiar with the UK standard busking guidelines, as I've gone through many a guideline on many a video. You can find them in other videos I've done. So instead, I want to pay attention to a particular news article that caught my eye whilst I was trying to research street music in Stafford. It appears that one busker has been causing quite the stir in the town centre. A singer with a regular fixture in Greengate Street, who plays popular covers such as Valerie, has been receiving noise complaints. Local shop staff and customers say that the volume is a bit much, and she is often asked to turn it down. Supposedly she'll begin around 11 AM and play all the way through till 3 PM. Sounds like a normal busker. Causing a nearby coffee shop to say that it's losing customers. All this volume and nuisance has landed this busker a CPN, or a community protection notice, which is a notice that a council can serve someone over the age of 16 by saying the behaviour that is being displayed is having a detrimental effect on the quality of life, is persistent and continuing in nature, and the behaviour is unreasonable. Brutal. I mean, I guess she must have been playing really loud. Imagine getting a whole entire local news article on you, and you alone. Just you. Madness. Councillor Jill Hood did say, "I think personally she has got the most beautiful voice, but she's the loudest young lady I have ever heard. If it was me, that would be my Instagram bio." When I read this article, I was actually already on my way to Stafford, which kind of set the pre-busk anxieties slightly higher than usual, hoping that the locals wouldn't turn on me and write an article about me in the local Gazette. This news article is from June 2022, so it seems no further action was taken by Stafford Borough Council. So all we can do as street musicians is be respectful to the local area, so that the council doesn't issue a busking ban or some clunky permit system. And a shout out to whoever this singer is. At least you got some publicity, eh? But that is all there really is to say about Stafford. I'll go over my recommended pitches in the next section of the video. So, let's get on with my day in Stafford. like right off the bat, this place looks beautiful. Hopefully they appreciate some busking. Oh, and it's market day, even better. That can go either way though, we know that. Okay, let's find a place to set up.
And that's about the time she walked away from me. Nobody likes it when you're 23.
Spot number 1. Ah yes, market day. It's either a busker's dream or it can be a worse nightmare.
Yeah, that's my age again. The waiter rolled on the drive road. I called her mom from a payphone.
On one hand, there are more people out, and therefore there's more foot traffic. On the other hand, there's less space from all the stalls, and then some of the stall operators can get a little annoyed if you're staying in the same spot for a little while.
I'll buy a payphone call. The hell is called it? My friends say I should have my age. What's my age again? What's my age again?
Stafford itself has a wonderful amount of pedestrian-only shopping area, perfect for a busker to set up in. And as I wandered around looking for a spot, I almost felt a little spoiled for choice. Tipping Street. Seems like a fitting name for a busker. Maybe down Tipping Street is the way to go. Mind you, tipping can also be like fly tipping, dumping waste. So maybe that isn't so good. Okay, I saw someone busking outside this church on YouTube. So maybe this is the spot.
That's about the time that she broke up with me. No one should take this so seriously. With many years ahead of falling in love.
Eventually I settled on the infamous Greengate Street, opposite Tipping Street. The same spot as our local celebrity from the news article. Fingers crossed that I didn't upset any local businesses.
Fall in love. Why would you shine on me and don't act my age? What's my age again? What's my age again?
Greengate Street, Galegate Street, and the Market Square, I'd say they're the main busking spots. Due to the market stalls though, and a lot of roadworks that were going on, a lot of this area was inaccessible on the day I was in Stafford. Significantly reduces the area of busking potential. Dang roadworks.
She said, boy, gotta get out of here.
But where I'd settled seemed to be as good as any. Things got off to an immediate start. Love that.
Oh, lockdown gonna get me down. A salty breeze sets me free, it's all I really need. Boy, I gotta get out of here.
A nice steady flow of donations and acknowledgement and just general friendliness. Good times. There's also like an Iron Man event tomorrow. I think a lot of people are here for it, so maybe it's a little busier than it would usually be.
Then too, baby, life goes faster than you think. So I'll ride the wave or misbehave or jump into the sea. And tell me which way to the beach.
It seemed that my volume was at the perfect level for the locals. I was greeted with many a smile. It being a market day as well as a Saturday meant the place was flooded with folk, some of which were gearing up for a big triathlon the next day.
Now my mind can't rewind, I think I need a sigh. You can't need to get out of here.
Lots of people with bikes and a slightly nervous look on their faces. I started to think that perhaps my music could maybe soothe some of those pre-race jitters. I hope so anyway.
Tell me which way to the beach. And I need something sweet to sink my teeth into, baby.
Stafford is a beautiful place with these lovely buildings and cobbled streets. Just an all-round, really non-threatening vibe. I felt right at home. And all those pre-busk anxieties surrounding the news article and such, they were soon forgotten about within a few songs.
gonna close all the country's borders. Lockdown gonna get us down.
I think it's gonna have to be a little longer in this spot before I change. So I'm just having a really good time. And for the first time in a few days, the busk is just flowing. Like there's no long periods without any acknowledgement or donations. And I'm just vibing off it, you know. It's what's needed.
So I'll ride the wave, I'll misbehave or jump into the sea. Tell me which way to the beach.
I even had a few locals come by, sit and watch for an hour or so. Love getting a little audience. So cool, man.
Yeah. Tell me which way to the beach.
When you have these busks that are just a continuous flow of donations and acknowledgement, it can be really difficult not to just want to stay in one spot and play throughout the day. From 11 till 3, apparently, is the way to go.
All the way across town, you've been searching for that song, and it's me on the prowl. As you sit around feeling sorry for yourself.
And sometimes I do just that. I like to call it a one-spot wonder, where I make my goal amount of donations by just staying in one spot, maybe for 2 to 3 hours, sometimes a bit over. It's something I typically do when I'm not filming videos and I'm going to a bread and butter place that I go to frequently. But when I am filming these videos and I'm in a new place and I'm trying to document how street music is in that place, then it's important for me to get a more well-rounded look. And as long as the place is big enough, playing more than one spot is a must.
Just make sure you do it right. Well, I'm a loser and a user, so it's only no accuser to try and drive me down because you know you're right.
But that can be difficult sometimes. Setting up, setting down, it zaps your energy. And you can find yourself in a flow state once you are playing the music. Almost like you can fend off that dwindling energy. But as soon as you stop, things get a little tougher. On the day I was filming in Stafford, I was on the back of a 3-day streak, with one more day to go. Busking and filming, it's tiresome stuff, man.
When I come around, when I come around.
I don't know how well it will come across on the camera, like, but my guitar along here has got like grime, like a grime build-up from days upon days of playing. I usually try and like give my guitar a little service every 2 weeks, but it's been used a lot lately.
I can't remember.
But despite my dwindling energy levels, the people of Stafford, they just had a really positive vibe. And I felt motivated, pushed through and go for a spot too.
Thank you so much.
And all after a very successful time in that first spot.
The faster we're falling, we're stopping and stalling, we're running in circles again. Just as things were looking up, said it wasn't getting up.
How rad is this place? Historic, beautiful buildings everywhere, a proper old traditional market town. Oh, spot one there was a very much needed kind of busk. It was 2 hours and 20 minutes and I made £67.97, which is more than I made in Birmingham. And in Birmingham I played for 4.5 hours. I am gonna play a second spot if I can get one. On the way through the market there, just as I walked up, I heard the faint sounds of what sounded like a fellow street musician, but we will see. Rad place though, beautiful, summer's finally here. we can all rejoice in that. Summer is finally here. Onwards. Alright, spot number 2 at the other end of the street. I'm drinking a CBD infused drink, just CBD, no THC in there. I'm trying to get some hydration going because it's peak heat now. So, let's do this. 1 hour, I reckon. It's 2 o'clock. Let's do it.
Secret, you gotta keep it to that. Got a secret, you gotta keep it to that.
Spot number 2. Now, the first thing you need to know about spot 2 is it had gotten hot.
She's everything and eating more. And oh, she's everything you're looking for. Mama, it's over.
The British summer, it always seems to be a quick one. It always comes out of nowhere and it goes as quickly as it came. There's days upon days of grey, rainy skies where it's just a little bit too cold to take your jumper off. And then boom! It gets so hot and sunny that people complain and they long for the grey, cold skies again. Weird.
We're taking back and now I gotta go. Got a secret, you gotta keep it to that.
Apparently it's 27 degrees, which for the UK is pretty hot. A good day to be an ice cream van, I think.
And more, and oh, she's everything you're looking for. Mama, it's over.
Now, I try not to complain too much. However, in spot number 2, I was feeling the sunshine. Feeling the sunshine, baby.
It's over, and I don't need you anymore.
I set up in Galegate Street, just off the Market Square where the roadworks were, opposite the Holland and Barrett. I would have loved to set up in the Market Square had it been accessible, but roadworks. What can you do?
And eating more, and oh, she's everything you're looking for. Mama, it's over.
It seems there are a bunch of other streets in Stafford that could work for busking. However, this main stretch through the town centre, that seems to be the busiest by far in regards to foot traffic.
Oh,
Literally every time the wind blows, I genuinely celebrate it because it cools me down for a second. The hot, sweaty busks are back, people. Woo! It's going well. We're like 4 or 5 songs in, steady flow, lots of attention. It's not as busy this end of the high street, but it's probably to do with the monumental roadworks. I should imagine when there's none of this work going on, it's proper nice to just go all along this high street. So if you're gonna busk here, maybe wait till the roadworks are done.
and there were fires in the marshes, there were dates up in the ponds.
Honestly, it's hard to say much more about Stafford. It's a rad place, and I had a great busk whilst I was there. There really wasn't any real drama or anything of significance, only that it was just really good. Well, other than the heat, I suppose. But that's all part of the game. If you find yourself in a hot, sunny bus, just remember to keep hydrated and layer up that SPF, especially if you have the fair skin that I've got.
We're all come by, 'cause in the worst of times you often find opportunity. So walk that path to it, it might set you free.
I'm all good, man. I'm all good. I've got my own water. But thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I love busking for these kind of moments. I don't think you'd get them in any other place or way. So cool.
Light the fires in the marshes, light the birds up in the tree. It's time to reach out of it, just like you and me. And we found our calling.
I kept playing and keeping hydrated as much as I could. The previous 3 days of busking and filming definitely really taken their toll now. So I played up until my energy levels couldn't handle it anymore.
And find opportunity. So walk that path to elevate. It might just set you free.
I don't think non-buskers though realise how physically taxing playing for 3 to 4 hours is. Like, you finish a day of busking and you are tired. Tired. There are a few days where I sometimes fall asleep on the train.
In the marshes, like birds up in the pond.
A full day of busking, it's like an Iron Man of musical sorts. Probably not quite, but you get the idea.
Well, as a rest day, the welcome calling, we'll walk on by. Cause in the worst of times, you often find.
So after 1 hour in spot 2, I decided to call it a day.
Party or LA, it might set you free.
That was rad. That was like the busk I needed. Although that second set there was bittersweet because I finished up after about an hour and 5 minutes, hour and 10 minutes or so. I made £23.63, which brings today's total to shy of 3 figs. And like that £9 or £8, whatever it is, that could have been like made in, you know, another song. You never know what's coming your way. One thing that did happen today is I got a card tap for the first time in a long time. And then just in that second set there, a lady came up to me and was like, oh, I was in London the other day. I saw a busker with a card reader. Because I didn't put mine out for that second set to save phone battery, funny enough. Technical difficulties, man. Who needs them? Anyway, Stafford, a rad place to busk. If you find yourself in the area, I highly recommend it. Ignore what the newspapers say. They love buskers here. It's probably just one person complaining who knows the journalist. Anyway, back to future me to round off the video. Enjoy. Stafford, what can I say? An ideal place for busking. A smallish market town full of traditional architecture. Big, wide open, pedestrian only streets. Busy with people with that Midlands friendliness and a clear love for entertainment. No real enforced guidelines from what we can see, as long as you don't play relentlessly loud for an extended period of time. It's kind of as perfect as it can really get, to be honest. If I was local to that area, it would for sure become one of my bread and butter places. I'd be frequently busking in Stafford, and I'd just make sure I didn't turn up too loud. So yeah, that's all I've really got to say. No bad words at all. Thank you for watching this video. If you are a local busker in Stafford and I've missed anything that you think would be worth knowing, then drop that in the comments. Give this video a like if you did like it, and hit subscribe on the channel. True fans can turn the notifications on. And this week I've had no super thanks, but if you did want to send me a virtual donation, then the best place to do it is on that super thanks button here on YouTube. Modern day internet technology, man. Wild. I am August Radio Project. I make videos, they come out every Monday. I will see you in the next one. In the meantime, watch the one on the screen or one of the many others on my channel. I will see you in the next one. Peace, love, happiness.